Mm. Mm.
This is a new screening room program with Suzan Pitt craning. I'm very happy to welcome a future colleague of mine at Harvard. Suzan, I don't suppose you ever thought this program was going to get started. We made a couple of false starts. But I think one of the reasons is because we're trying to do something new, like this background which is starting to emerge behind you. And I sort of feel as though I might better say me, Bob, you, Suzan, than who you really are. And also Crocus is a kind of autobiographical film, I suppose, so I don't have to get into that until after we see Crocus, maybe.
Yeah, we just saw the beginning animation we just saw was a clip from the film Crocus.
And Crocus was made when? Long time ago? Not so long ago.
1971.
Mm-hmm. And you've been in film, I understand it, not all that long, about 5 or 6 years.
Mm-hmm.
We should find out something about your background. I think that would be nice to know where you're from. You don't have your overalls on, so you can't give yourself away quite
No, I
as
had to
easily.
take my overalls off because they were blue and they were chroma keying into the background so that my legs disappeared.
You didn't want your legs to disappear.
No, it's weird to have half your body gone.
Yeah.
My background.
No, well, you are Kansas, right? I mean,
Yeah.
that's the tie-in with
Oh,
overalls.
with the overalls. Yeah, I grew up in Kansas City, Missouri. I
Uh-huh.
lived there until I was 18. And
Oh, Kansas City, Missouri, not
yeah,
Kansas.
No, but
Oh.
they're right next to each
Yeah.
other. Yeah.
And since you started in film when you were after school, whatever school was, I don't even know. I mean,
Well, I went to the University of Alabama for 2 years. And then I went to Cranbrook Academy of Art, which is in Bloomfield Hills, Michigan, right outside of Detroit. And I studied painting and graphics, printmaking there. And about a year after I had graduated, I decided not to go to graduate school, that I was already at a point where I was really very much into my own work and felt that the time was more valuable just on my own working. And just, I don't know, one day the thought occurred to me that the images I was making as paintings and as three-dimensional pieces were images which were in a kind of a state of arrested movement. They had been somewhere and they were about to go somewhere.
but you couldn't make it all happen on 2 dimensions.
And I thought of the idea of doing animation and knew absolutely nothing about it, and asked a million questions of everyone I could find. And
there are not so many people in the Midwest that you can ask that question.
No,
though, are there?
no. There was no one for the first year or two that I was doing animation that I knew who was actually doing animation. I found someone at the University of Minnesota who was teaching film who answered a few questions. And
Was that Jerry Liebling?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was.
Well, you've been called a funky animator. I don't know whether that means you're funky or whether your animation is funky, but I don't think you're funky at all. And,
You don't?
but I think that like these backgrounds that are behind us now, in fact, it's dangerous to look at these monitors, so I try not to,
Yeah.
because you get drawn into them and you fall
Well,
into
we're
that.
still in the jungle.
Yeah.